Hello everyone, I am Amrinder Singh and I am doing my post-graduation in Curtin University, and in this video presentation I will discuss about the practical assessment of green information technology and sustainability, in which I develop sustainable IT strategies in the IT company to solve their problems. Coming to the introduction part. So, in the modern era, companies are growing on a faster rate by adopting latest tools and techniques of information technology. There are two important effects of adopting anything, which are like negative and positive. If I talk about the growing companies by using latest information technologies, they are growing on a fast rate that shows the positive effects on technology, and companies also affecting the environment by emitting poisonous gases and chemicals that cause air and water pollutions. So these chemicals and poisonous gases affects the wildlife and human being on a large stage. To overcome these problems, companies needs to adopt sustainability strategies in their companies to make their production and working environment eco-friendly. Sustainability means to stop the excessive use of natural resources to make an ecological balance. So in this report, I am going to talk about an IT company which needs to develop its sustainability strategies. So this report is made for Baba Frit Group of Institutions. This institute is situated in the Bathinda city and very well known in Punjab state. Many students comes to do their study in that institute, and I will discuss about the current information strategies of that institute, and I will discuss the TEAS and portal models to make a new model of Baba Frit Institute to overcome their problems. So after the introduction part, there are some important definitions which needs to be learned at first. The first one is sustainability. Sustainability means to utilize the natural resources in such a way that our next generations will be able to enjoy the natural resources. It means we should utilize the fossil fuels or any other natural resources in such a manner so that we can save these facilities or these resources for our future generations. The next one is green IT, green information technology. It refers to the practice of environmentally sustainable computing. So it means the use of green information technology to increase the productivity of the company. So some of their examples are use of the solar panels that uses sunlight to produce the electricity or the energy that leads to reduction in the electricity bills. The next one is windmills, that is most commonly used in the rural areas, so where the air pressure is very high, so windmills can be used there. The next one is biogas plants. This is most commonly used in my hometown because of rural area, and they have many pets at the home like buffaloes and cows, so they use their waste to make a gas with the help of biogas plants, and there are much more. And the next one is TBL. TBL stands for triple bottom line. It is a framework that is made of combination of social, economical and environment. It means organization will provide by using this TBL framework to society, to the public, their living environment, their working conditions, and economy belongs to their better utilization of their resources and their proper remuneration. And if I'm talking about the environmental, it comes under like the use of sustainable resources and without emitting like any harmful gases or any chemicals. And at last it is corporate social responsibilities. In these companies are trying like to aware the society and regarding the environmental and social responsibility, so that like employees and companies can make a relationship with their stakeholders to adopt these kind of technologies in their companies. To do this report, like I choose Baba Frit Group of Institutions as my IT company, which is very well known group of colleges in my state Punjab. And this institute started his journey in 1994, and it was built under the Baba Frit Society. And there are four institutions that comes under, which are like Baba Frit College of Engineering and Technology, Baba Frit College of Management and Technology, Baba Frit College, Baba Frit College of Education. And in this institute, there are like numerous types of courses available for the students, like arts, commerce, engineering, and much more. And I took this institute for my report because I did my bachelor's in commerce from there, and I have seen some problems mm, while studying there. And one more important thing about this institute is this institute gives 100% placement guarantee to the students who wants to do their job after their studies. And there are many other facilities which are available in this institute, just like Wi-Fi, mobile library, ambulance services, banking services. This institute has like sports clubs, gymnasium, transportation, hostel, and much more. And there and after these like facilities, there are some still information technology problems in the IT department, which I will discuss in the upcoming slides. So after selecting the IT company, like the next step is to find the problems and their solutions. To find out the problems and solutions of the IT department of my selected company, I need to go through the Porter's model. And this model is like five forces model. It refers to a framework based on the competitive analysis. Like this model is introduced by Harvard Business School, and the professor name was Michael E. Porter. And this model determines the intensity of the competition in any industry and is a mix of five factors operating in different areas of the whole market. And this model is widely used to analyze the industry structure of a company as well as the corporate strategies. And to know in the depth, there are like five forces. The first one is intensity of the competition. So in this model helps the organization to know about their competitions, like who are selling the same product which the company wants to sell in the market. And the next one is power of the suppliers, because suppliers are the important person who supplies the raw material to the company so that companies can make the final product and sell that to the buyers. And the next one is threat of substitutions. So substitutions are like substitute of other products. Like if one company is selling tea, so their substitute is a coffee sellers. So the increase in like the sale of coffee can lead to the decrease in sale of the tea maker. So this threat of substitutions is very important, and by doing this model, organizations will be able to find this threat and give the solutions. So the next one is power of buyers. It means like the buying capacity of the buyers. Like if the company is dealing with those products, which will be bought by the like only the rich class, like the Guess, Gucci, and other brands. So they should target that brand. They should target that community also. And if the company is dealing with the like normal or regular grocery products, then the company should make strategies so that uh, they can finalize the product which can be affordable by the normal like middle class users. And at last, the one is threat of new entrants. So there should be a like threat, like while entering into a new competition. So like if any company wants to start their selling in any industry, they need to find out like which type of products are available in the market, and from like at what price they are available, and they are taking from which supplier. So by studying this model, it helps the organization to know more about the market from every phase. So this is the detailed version of the Potter's model. So if I talk about the threat of new entrants, it means while entering into a new market, the organization should not aware about the current happening in the market, like the current products and their prices and their production costs and all. And the next threat is for the like bargaining power of the buyers. They don't know about the like the buying capacity of the buyers and their like liking tastes and preferences. And the next is threat of substitutes, like as I earlier told you, the substitutes are like tea and coffee. Like it depends on the taste and preferences also of the persons. If their company is near to the city, so most of the time like people prefer to coffee as compared to a tea. And the next one is the suppliers, like the bargain power of the suppliers. So like from which supplier the company can arrange the raw material at a low cost so that they can earn more profit by selling at a high prices. And it depends on the like competition. It depends on the competition also, like if there are many companies in the market, so they have to compete with each other by like giving low prices to the buyers. But instead, like in the monopoly market, companies can set their prices according to their profit and their preferences. So after studying the Potter model, the next model is Tees model. Tees model is also like very important for the organization to know about the IT department to find the problems and to give the solutions according to the latest technologies. So in this model, like there are three stages, like important stages. Like first one is sensing, and another one is seizing, and the last is managing. So in the first one is sensing. In this like stage, organization can scan, create, and learn the like opportunities and threats about the new technologies. Like by using this model, companies can find the latest technologies like which are in favor of their production or like in favor of their IT departments that increase the productivity. So after selecting and learning about these threats and opportunities of new technology, the next step is to seizing. Like seize means to hold something, like to make them able to seize the opportunity after its arrival. So like to make things happen in reality. So in the first one, we choose like any technology, like we choose to use of solar panels, but in the second one, we need to buy the solar panels to implement in our company so that we can use the solar power to increase to make energy. And after seizing that technology, the last step is to manage that technology in this company by using these last stage companies or organizations will be able to manage their assets. Like these assets can be tangible or intangible assets. Tangible assets are those like which can be touched and seen, and intangibles are like which cannot be touched and seen. So if I'm talking about like by giving an example of solar panels, so in this stage they bought the solar panels, but in this managing stage they need to manage the finance to buy that solar panels and after like having the implementation cost to implement that in their buildings to get energy and to save the electricity bills. So after studying both the models like the Porter one and the Tees one, so the next step is to find the problems and solutions with the helping of these models. So the first one is the IT problem in the Bauer group of institutions is like lack of hardware and software. Like I found this problem with the sensing technique or with the sensing stage that is a part of Tees model, and the solution of this to use the latest hardware and software for better performance and to save energy. Like they can take the Microsoft latest Windows and Intel Core processors to make it more productive. So, and the next one is lack of innovative technology in the infrastructure or the buildings of the institute. I also uh, find this problem by using the TEAS model techniques or stage steps. So to solve this problem, the solution is uh, that institute should choose the sensor lights that will turn off uh, if they that will turn off if no if there will be no activity happens in that particular room, and there should be like auto turn off computers installed in the institute so that if no one is using that, and then these computers will turn off automatically after like spending 15 or 20 minutes. And the third one is long and time consuming processes of e-payments and cloud storage. Yeah, so I have found this problem by using the Potter model after studying the corporate social responsibility step. So in this problem, like that institute is dealing with the like cash payment. So yeah, if any student wants to pay their fees, so they need to pay through cash, and the account department give them receipts like paper receipts to overcome like these problems. So the institute should use the online banking system and to make the payments electronically, and the system will generate the receipts without using of any papers, and these receipts will send to the students accounts electronically. So the next problem is lack of sustainable strategies in the campus, like lack of recycle bins, use of paper and plastic in the campus. I also found this problem by using Potter's model. So to solve this problem, institute needs to install some like recyclable bins just to put only recyclable products like the plastic bottles and plastic containers so that they can recycle it and reuse the things after going through a recyclable processes. And institute should also start new sessions or any workshops to encourage the student to use more paper bags instead of plastic ones. So at last, the last problem is like the lack of green information technology. So as like I also found this problem by using the TEAS model, and as this college is made in the rural area, so there are like many uh, many empty fields around this area, and to use the installation of the solar panels will be easy and will be like more beneficial, and they can install these solar panels on the top of the buildings also. and because of that rural area they can use the waste of the like animals to to convert into gas through the biogas plants. This will save their time and money, and all these like green IT technologies will work on the renewable sources. So after discussing and studying all the problems and the models, so I created a new model for that Baba Fit group of institutions. So this is a mixture of like both Porter and Tees model. So in this model, there will be like five stages. The first one is sensing, the second one is seizing, corporate social responsibility, credits, CSR, credit code value, and then last is managing. To better understanding of these five stages, I have mapped that in a new model. Like in this, it will show the stage and the description and from which model I have taken this. So in this new model, the first one is sensing. So in this, like the descript in this first stage, the institute will need to search regarding the new innovative hardwares and softwares to install in their campuses to get more productivity with less consumption of energy. I have took this from the TEAS model. So the next one is seizing. So in this stage, uh, after finding the institute, like after finding the strength and threats from this sensing model, BFGI needs to adopt the new advanced equipments for the infrastructure of the building, like the use of sensor lights, sensor tabs, and auto turn of computers that will allow them to save the energy, like during the inactivity of like in case of like any absence of any activity in any room. I have took this stage a step from the TEAS model. So the next one is corporate social responsibility. So in this stage, the BFGI needs to develop like electronic banking system to take the payments electronically and the system will generate the receipts online and will send it to the students uh, through like emails or through messages. It saves a lot of usage of the paper, and along with this like cloud storage devices needs to be introduced, some, that allows the teachers and the students to reduce the use of papers and their personal devices. And the next one is CSV, creating scored values, creating So the next one is creating stored values. So in this stage, BFGI needs to aware the employees and the students regarding the use of paper bags, like buying, installing the recyclable bins in the campuses, and they can like provide sessions and workshops to show them like how you can recycle this and how this will be beneficial for the environment. And I took this from the Potter's model. And the last one is managing. So at the last stage, PFGI needs to manage their assets. Like they need to invest some money on that particular assets, which will give benefits to them in a long run. Like use of solar panels will save the uh, energy and use it will reduce the electricity bills also. And all these like solar panels and biogas plants will use the renewable sources instead of non-renewable sources like fossil fuels and use of any plastic or anything else. To do this report, I have used some tools and matrices and some techniques by which I did my report, which are like e-payments, cloud computing, cloud storage devices, use of solar panels, use of web application or website to develop like e-study and e-lectures, so that students will will study from even sitting at their homes, and use of the virtual classes. And after that there will be like the next stage is implementation of new model to implement this new model, BHI can directly link to any IT department, IT companies who are like popular in India, and they can also contact the government agencies to take the like subsidies or anything to implement to install the green IT technologies, because in each and every country governments are like encouraging governments are encouraging companies to implement these green IT technologies and providing them subsidies or rebates uh, while while installing these technologies. So after that, there are like some recommendations which Baba with group of institutions needs to do. So if I'm talking about the theoretical ones, they should educate their employees and regarding they should spread the awareness regarding the like use of sustainable IT strategies and use of like recyclable bins to throw the like recyclable products into them, and because they are the like primary because the employees and the students will be the primary users of these technologies, and if they will not be happy, then it will be difficult to implement in the whole company, and they also need to discuss with the government agencies while installing the solar panels and the green information technologies to get the extra benefits from the government. And at last, like in conclusion, it is clear that the companies are like growing on a faster rate, like they are taking the latest technologies by spending a lot of money, and these technologies like comes with both positive and negative effects. Like the positive is like it increase the productivity of the company, but on the negative side, it uses a lot of uh, energies and consume more fossil fuels that emits powerful and harmful gases in the environment. And and I am also doing this report to make a sustainable IT strategy for our IT company, and in this for, to make this report in a good way, like I have created a new model after studying the Tees and Potter model. So I made a five stages model which I discussed before, and after following that five stages, Baba Free group of institutions will be able to adopt the sustainable IT strategy and change their campuses from like there will be like a big change after adopting that great and green information technologies, because they will save their time and money which they spend on the fossil fuels like use of diesel and any other electricity bills. So they can so these small things will help them to save their like money and time, and these sustainable strategies will also help them to spread the awareness to step to to move a step ahead, to save the environment, to give something to the society, and to make a better reputation in the economy. And these are like some references which I have used, and this is the uh, website of the company which I took for to do my report. And thank you.